Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Go. Welcome everyone, and I've got a special guest on here today. My light is not working, so things are a little wonky this morning. We were having troubles with the Streamlabs as well. So sorry about everything. You know, a little late start. The light's not A1 this morning because it wasn't going on. But we do have JR on here this morning. This is kind of the new setup I was hoping to do for the morning. You know, me and JR, you get your macro news, and you get your King Degen in here, dropping all of your trade setups. So hopefully this will work a little bit smoother going forward, though. You know, so how you doing this morning, JR?
Pretty good. Other than that learning
got-
curve on the technical difficulties.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys let me know if you can hear JR, because there's also something wonky going on there. I can hear him, and the stream is capturing his audio, but I'm not sure if it's actually outputting his audio. So y'all let me know. What were you looking at last night? I know you go live every single evening looking at that Asia time zone. So did you guys catch anything?
Yeah. A VVV long and a Frax. I found this Frax coin and shorted it. That went good.
What is it? What? Where do you find these projects?
On the RSI heat map on the shitcoin casino. And then a Gwei. I longed Gwei again, and that worked out too pretty good.
Oh. Well,
The stream's lag. Is
the
the stream lagging for anyone else?
The Piper stream seems to be lagging a little bit for me. So
Yeah, same with mine on my channel. It's like we're frozen half the time. Let's see if people. What about people in the chat?
Well, I mean, if it's frozen for us, it's frozen for them. That's the sad thing. Yep. It's like it had me frozen like this. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
me too.
no.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check the volume on this.
Well, it looks like
Now it's running.
back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
How do I share my chart? Oh, can I go like this?
yes, we will get. I'll have to get all of that set up for you in a second. You'll have to share your screen.
Like that, right?
Yep. There you go, sir. I was like, I swear we've done this before. But I think it's shared your PC audio too.
No, I had my phone on.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so I know we had some technical difficulties this morning, but you know what we normally do here on Good Morning Crypto every single morning. We take a look at that stock heat map, we dive into some of what's going on in those crypto markets, and then we do some Bitcoin breakdown. So let's hop on over to that. JR will be on the screen for that, and let's dive on in. We've got some movements on the stock side. Just some, oh, we don't have any movements on the stock side. Sorry about that. I forgot. Stock market's closed today, folks. So, let's skip on the stock market and let's just go straight over to the crypto side of things. That's what you're here for anyway. It's Good Morning Crypto. You want to know what's going on in crypto. So, we are seeing some downside after some sell-off in Asia on the daily, seeing a lot of red bubbles here. We do have a little bit of green on the hourly, though. Down 2.1 on Bitcoin, down 2.8 on Ethereum. We've got BNB down 2.1. We've got XRP sitting down 3.9. Solana losing a spot in the market cap from XRP, down 5.9. We've got Tron down 0.3. Dogecoin sitting down 7% right now. And Cardano in that number 10 spot, sitting down 6.5. I'm not going to dive through the rest of that top 20 right now, but yeah, sea of red bubbles on that daily chart. And there's a little bit of red on the hourly now. We do have like big red bubbles on SWI, which also lost 2 spots in that market cap, down 12.5%. And for our fear and greed meters this morning, on the stock side, still looking a little greedy, but on the crypto side of things, no surprise, after a massive sell-off on Asia, we are sitting in some fear. Down 5 points from last time. And we also have just a little bit of liquidity to keep our eyes on. Let's get to zoom to that 0.8 so we can see what we're looking for on that liquidity heat map. We've got some at that top side, 96,000, and we've got some directly below us. We did see a little bit of bouncing, but that liquidity's right underneath that bounce zone. No surprise, people taking a stab at a long on that shorter term time frame. So 91,000 sitting at that bottom side liquidity for the daily. Zoom this on out. Where you really find a lot of liquidity taken is that 3-day on explosive moves. Looking at that $96,000 mark for that top side liquidity on the 3-day as well. Kind of have to zoom this on out a little bit further. We did get some nice upside. We have been maintaining this trend here with some higher lows, and we are sitting right in the middle of 2 big batches of liquidity. We do have an area we could kind of reject off of to kind of come down and start grabbing up this bottom side liquidity. But if we can reclaim some key levels about that 102,000 area, we could definitely come up here and grab up this liquidity that we've talked about before, between $113,000 to $107,000. So kind of keep your eyes on that higher term time frame chart. We will see if we can continue to make some movements towards the upside, maintain this upside trend, and then grab up some of that top side liquidity there. We do have a few news articles to go over, but before we get to all of that, JR, do you want to do some Bitcoin TA, and then I'll show the people what I was looking for on that higher time frame?
Sure. Sorry, I had my mic. I did an OC special.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? I see his mouth moving, but no sound's coming out. All right. Let me get that over to your screen here. Oh, we'll have to adjust a few things too.
I might have to change it to Bitcoin too.
Well, you should just share the whole screen, and then you should be good to go.
Oh, window or entire screen?
Yeah.
Okay. It won't let me though now. It won't let me.
No.
Should I also share system audio?
No, because then they'll hear me talking.
Yeah.
This is the troubleshooting live, folks.
What about window? If I share window, will that share my whole?
Yeah,
no?
that'll work too.
Oh, well?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll let me do it. So like this, I can change my chart. Is this changing charts?
Yep. Show
Sweet.
on the screen. There you go. Troubleshooting live for you, folks. Let's just get the cam border all removed off of here, because apparently your screen is different than mine is. So, all right, you should be good to go.
Nice, sweet. So this is the Gwei trade we took last night live in the Discord and on YouTube, I think. Either way, that printed hard. Shout out to being Gwei. And then Bitcoin, we reacted off of this juicy level. I had a point of control a 91,358 and 20-day moving average and macro fib and a couple anchored VWAPs, and we teased and tapped some of it here and then reacted. I dropped a long last night. It's printing slowly printing. Entry was 92,531. So we're in profit on that. We're about at a 1-to-1. And then I have some targets above here. If we make it back up here, same as the last, like when we reacted off this, around 97 to 98.5 ish. And then above that, if we can get above that, I got 103 is the middle of my zone here. 103. So the bottom of it's like 102,500 to like 104, basically, a little zone there. And if we can get past that and move up to the next zone, 109, 108 to 110, 300 ish. But yeah, so I'm hoping this long prints at least up into around 94,500 to either continue down or claim it as support and do another move back up. That's what I'm looking at.
On what time frame?
Bitcoin on all of them. I'm on the half hour though right now.
All right.
So yeah, today, within a day or two, I'm looking for it to come up to this 94,500. Preferably today.
That'd be definitely a nice area to take some liquidity at. And that's kind of what we were talking about just a second ago with that liquidation heat map. So let me get my Bitcoin chart pulled up. We'll kind of show what we're looking at on that higher term time frame, because we are starting to see some worrisome signs here. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Not used to having guests on here. So we are seeing quite a few signs here on your higher term time frame where you've got your MACD getting a little bit of some rollover here. You're starting to see that prime oscillator also losing some of that steam. You are starting to lose some of your volume here as well on your daily time frame. The only thing kind of holding you up here on your daily time frame is your money flow. So if we can really see that continuation of money flow here with this nice strong bounce that we got at that 92,000, which is that fair value gap we've called out over and over and over again, trying to see. My Bitcoin chart is bigger than yours. Yeah, I don't know what it is with JR's. JR, I think he's just got different, like a different screen ratio than I do. So that's why I was trying to fix his in the background while he was doing some Bitcoin TA. So we'll get that one figured out here after the stream, because there's a lot of technical things that we just didn't get the chance to sort out beforehand. And we didn't know about beforehand, because he hopped in, we had all the audio difficulties, and then we had that difficulty as well. So like JR was saying, kind of looking for some areas towards the upside here. We got that nice solid bounce off of 92. We've got an area which could end up being some resistance now. That's at 93,800, pretty close to what JR was talking about on that shorter term time frame, especially if we're going to continue to see this rollover here on your daily time frame. Lose a little bit of some money flow. That's where that 4 hour comes in. Really starting to see some bottoming here on that 4 hour, but you've started to see a little bit of some volume starting to flow out of here. You do have this nice green money flow, which has held us up for a while. But if you start to see this slow down with this money flow divergence that we're seeing here, then you could really see that rejection off of that 93,800 with some strength. We're already rejecting off an area we've talked about before, which is that 93,200. Doesn't mean that we don't continue towards the upside here. More of a short-term time frame rejection. You are seeing a lot of bottoming here on the 4 hour, but just because you see some bottoming doesn't mean we bottomed, because we could definitely see that just roll back over, see your money flow continue to come out and lose that volume all over again. So we'll kind of have to keep our eyes on this this midterm time frame, see if we can get some money flow coming in from the shorter term time frame, see how price reacts at that price point that JR was talking about just a second ago. That's kind of something I've got my eyes on as well. We do have this massive fair value gap here through all of these candles, so kind of keep your eyes on that. If you can get above that 93,800 that I was just talking about, you've got a massive fair value gap here on the 4 hour, which we would want to keep our eyes on. See some rejections around that midline. That'd be about 94,500-ish. So that'd be another area if we can get into that fair value gap to kind of see some rejections off of if we're breaking that 93,800. So that's kind of what I got for the midterm time frame. I don't know if you had anything you wanted to go over with anything else you wanted to go over with Bitcoin this morning, JR?
Oh, I could, yeah. You could check out do a little overview.
All right, let me toss that back over to you. If there was anything else you were looking at on that Bitcoin. Oh, your normal stuff there. So dive on in. Show the people what you were looking at.
I'll speed through it because you still have news stories, eh?
Yeah, but we've got about 30 minutes, and I can. Both of my news articles today are about treasuries, and then we'll just kind of tie those into that Bitcoin shot.
Okay. So, I'm gonna start looking for longs because the RSI heat map's bottoming out on the 4 hour. It went down really fast, which is good because if price went down really fast and the oversold didn't happen, then we could look for a lot more downside. So this is a good sign that it might be close-ish to over, and it might have just been a quick clear out of liquidity for continuation up, hopefully. But so yeah, I'd be looking for longs here more than not. I'm in a dusk short though. They printed pretty good overnight. Dusk short. Yeah, we're tanking hard, bro. Shout out to the tanking and the Keijin. Have you ever used those BC? The freaking those clouds. What are they called again?
What what's on your screen right now?
No, Ichimoku clouds and shit. Have you ever used that
no.
indicator?
No, I have
Yeah,
not.
me neither. We were looking at it in the Discord last night.
I mean I know people that use them. You know, my style of trading just doesn't happen to coincide with it very well. But
Yeah, I feel you there, bro.
if you're a different kind of nerd, they are pretty useful.
Yeah. Yeah, if you study them and practice them, you can do good. So we're kind of in the hot dog zone. Like there's, everything's in the middle, like between high and low. There's not much going on there. But I don't know. We could look at ARPA, I guess, for fun. See, I was in this dusk short. The setup got stopped, but I added to it. I laddered in, and I woke up at like plus 50% profit, which was dope. We'll just look real quick at this ARPA. Just want to see what it's all about. Whoa! Hitting the 200 moving average right now. Claiming it. This looks overextended a bit, eh?
Just a wee bit. Of course, I don't know what time frame that is.
Half hour.
Half hour. So I mean, it could definitely continue a little bit if you get some continuation money flow. But it's yeah. Look at those big body candles.
Yeah, bro. This is on the 4 hour now. I'm just seeing if we're getting clipping or any signs of exhaustion on the 4 or the 2 hour usually. I'll look at the 4 or the 2 hour. Usually by the time those start getting clipping and overbought, you can look for a pullback at least. This doesn't look like it's ready though. It's going to keep going up probably. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. See the RSI, tiny candles on the RSI, but it looks so strong. Let's do an experiment. I'll take it. Let's do an experiment. I'll short it.
That would be. I mean, you can always try it. That sounds like some. Well, what goes up must come down.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna give it a shot.
taking a stab on which one was it?
ARPA.
ARPA. Never heard of it before, but of
Me
course,
neither.
most of the projects you talk about, I've never heard before.
I've never heard about them either. Oh, dude, my dusk short's open again and I'm in profit. I must have had a limit order I forgot about. Oh no, I re-entered because I didn't think it was done falling. So I
Oh
re-entered the
yeah.
dusk short after I closed it at 50% profit. Now it's up 25% profit again. So that's good. ARPA short is up 8% profit. And I don't want to talk about the others.
uh,
I
well,
have a river short that was a limit I accidentally forgot. And the leverage is higher than I'd like. So it's negative 20%. And then I got a bonk long, negative 3%. And an Ondo long, negative 23%. This thing just won't bounce. But I figure if I'm patient, it'll work. And
are you
yeah, we'll
still
see how. What?
are you still laddering in on that one, or are you
On
getting close
Ondo?
to or are you getting close to just calling it goods?
Oh, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. I'm gonna chill in Ondo. Where's Ondo? Let's gotta see here. I'm gonna pull up Ondo. VVV, I should have just fucking stuck with that. That's going great. But yeah, I thought I'd take one call USDT in a Discord because the guy's a really good trader. So I was like, oh, I'll take a call. I haven't taken a call in a long time because I kind of have a rule not to. But so I looked at it and I was like, oh, it looks good. So I entered it. And yeah, apparently it wasn't done retracing. I entered it up here a bit.
Well, I
Can you see
mean,
that?
you'll have to like kind of get rid of some of that higher time or some of that upper movement to zoom in on the. There you go. Zoom in more. Zoom
Oh,
in
okay,
more.
okay.
Zoom
Like
in
that?
more. There you go.
That's so
Yeah.
much, bro.
Yeah. I
Okay,
know.
so this filthy wick, bro. We could fill that.
Oh
We
yeah.
could do a dirty wick fill, but if you remember 1010, bro, that wick chilled for a long time.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, a lot of the wicks from 1010 got filled.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
took
But it
some
took,
time.
yeah,
It took
yeah.
some time, but like Bitcoin's wick, I don't know if that fully filled. But like a lot of the alts, what they wick, they're gonna candlestick it, and that's probably why I wouldn't have hopped in an Ondo long on that.
Oh, I'm
It's
okay
just
with it,
me.
bro.
Yeah, you're. I mean, if as long as you're prepared to a little more drawdown, maybe fill some more of that wick, give you a better entry.
Yeah, I'm looking at 5% to fill the wick, and my position, negative 20%. Yeah, I'll be
To
all right, bro.
well, I mean, as long as you ladder in a little more, you can lower that.
Yeah, I'm almost out of those, but I'll be okay.
We've got all right. So we can give you some more time to go over some degen stuff towards the end of the show here. We've got about 30 minutes, and we've got some news to go on over today. Uh, Definitely seeing some things on that global stage that is starting to get a little bit worrisome. And we've seen a lot of trouble with our treasuries, not just not just recently, but over the past year. We've got downgraded ratings, things like that have kept people from buying our treasuries. And on top of all of that, going into some money printing this year, we've got China dumping US treasuries. So China reportedly cut its US treasury holdings for the ninth straight month, pushing exposure to the lowest level since 2008. Bitcoin held firm near recent highs as gold surged to 4,200, showing how markets react when faith in the US dollar slips. This move is a wider trend. Central banks are slowly stepping away from the dollar for everyday investors. This is not abstract geopolitics. When big countries sell US debt, it changes how flow across stocks, bonds, gold, and Bitcoin can ripple folio faster than you think. This analysis matters because Bitcoin often feeds off macro uncertainty. When trust in traditional system wobbles, people search for alternatives. So what's really happening with this debt? KBC letter really kind of breaks it down here. The US dollar represents down 40% of the global currency, around 40% of the global currency reserves, the lowest in at least 20 years. You know, we really started off at like a 70% market share when we were talking about global currency reserves. So this percentage has declined 18 points over the last 10 years. And over the same period of time, gold's percentage has increased 12 points to 28%, the highest since I believe it was like the 60s or something here. We'll have to get over to that actually. So the highest since the 1990s. Gold now accounts for more global FX reserves than the euro, yen, and pound combined. This comes as central banks continue to diversify away from the US dollar while rapidly stockpiling gold in their vaults, which we talked about here over and over and over again. You know, China stockpiling gold, we're trying to get some gold. We've got the EU also kind of trying to get their hands on some gold as much as they can. You've got India really, really laying it on thick with the silver and the gold as well. And then you've really started to see a boom in people talking about copper, which, you know, if we've played this game before, that's normally the trend, where you see gold, you see silver, you see copper, because these are all sort of your more commodity-based metals. So keep your eyes on some of that. As a result, the gold price rallied 65% in 2025, the largest annual gain since 1979, while the US dollar index declined 10%, its worst annual performance in 8 years, which is something we talked about quite heavily here on Good Morning Crypto. You know, you're seeing a lot of signs that the dollar is losing more strength, which is why you saw some of that opening up in 2026 with those with some of the plays on oil and trying to bring a little bit of strength into the dollar. That's also why you saw the big move into crypto stable coins and having a stablecoin legislation, getting some more pressure in that market, because you're regulating them, you're really forcing them to buy the treasuries that they say they hold, which was a problem before. We've seen it a lot of times, but this could kind of hold up some of that. This could apply some more pressure on Bitcoin, and that's part of what we're looking for to kind of potentially see that nice little topside liquidity sweep. If we continue to see these pressures, though, we've got a few levels to kind of really sweep towards the upside. We got Lunar Beaches Crypto in the house and Jesse Gluck in here as well. Thank you for showing up this morning. We got JR over here, King DGen in the house. How are you doing, sir? You learning some things over there? You having some
Me?
fun in the chats? Yeah. You sir.
I was hunting shitcoins and kind of learning.
King
It's hard to do
DGen.
both.
Oh yeah.
It's hard.
No, it's all good. King DGen being King DGen, he might have a fire play for you after this. So we did have one more thing to kind of tie into that Treasury article that we were talking about here. The U.S. government sold 654 billion of treasuries this week. The 10-year yield spikes to 4.24%, the highest since September 2nd, despite 3 rate cuts. So this is kind of what we've been looking at here. The U.S. Treasury selling off their Treasury bills. And these are the dates of our Treasury sales. There was the 6 week, the 13, the 17, the 26, the 4, and the 8, all totaling up to that 500 billion. And this is what their yield was. You can kind of see here your yields are all pretty tightly bound on that shorter term time frame, around that 3.5 to 3.6. Not a wide variance there, but you're seeing a lot of it leaning towards your longer term time frames. That 8 week, that 8 week, that 4 week, seeing a little bit on that 13 week here, just to keep that rotation. A lot of those are more stable coins too. Stable coins buy those shorter term time frames because they don't want to get caught holding the bag if the US dollar really dumps, and then we're seeing that nice little push in the yield to kind of force more money into the system. We'll kind of have to see how this continues here, because of these 654 billion sales, this is talking about that 3-year, that 10-year, and the 30-year. This is really what you're seeing. That 30-year sitting at almost 5% here, and not getting a whole lot of money into it. People are sticking around that 3-year time frame, even though they're having a little less. They're really looking at a lot more of a faster rotation. They don't want to be in the dollar for the long-term time frame. You need to get off that mic. Can hear all your typing and clicks. Are you talking about my mic, LBC? Because we were having
No,
some...
he was talking about. I think he was talking about mine briefly. There's
Oh,
lag though, but I caught it within seconds and shut it off. I'm not sure if he's talking about yours or mine. He'll
no.
clarify in the chat probably.
Uh, I think he was talking about yours. Because I wasn't typing or anything, so it is probably yours. So
Yeah,
I
that's
know
why I muted it.
we were having some technical difficulties, LBC. So this is not the full smooth setup. So we're definitely seeing a lot of worrisome signs on the treasuries. You know, we've been talking about how the dollar has really been losing a lot of strength here. Before we get to all of that, let's actually pull up that Dixie chart here. We'll keep JR on the screen. Let's get that Dixie chart pulled on up, because we've been talking about it for quite a while. You know, we've been seeing a really harsh trend here. We'll have to get this zoomed on out, because no one looks at the Dixie on the 15-minute. That's weird. You want to see those long-term trends, because unless you're actually trading on the Forex market and you're like, oh, let me get a disparity between this and this. I'm just trying to help carry on, though. I was just trying to figure out what you were saying and who you were saying it to. So the more help, the better, because this is a brand new show here, and we've got a little bit that we've been struggling with on Streamlabs side, because Streamlabs is sometimes needs to get his poop in a group. So we were looking at the Dixie here. We have been talking about that area of strong resistance that it really hasn't seemed to been able to get over, and that's that golden pocket area that really tops out at 100, that 100.3. We've talked about it over and over and over again. Since dropping below this golden pocket, we have held up a long-term support line. We've held this for literally years. You're talking about this has been our support line since 2011 here. So nice little uptrend. We are down on the bottom side unless we're really seeing some massive change here. The things that we have to look at on the dollar, zoom this on out to like more of a monthly chart. We've seen this play out over and over again. So you got your nice little uptrend. It's going from 1993 until 2002. Your .com crash. Once you break that support line, it's a massive move to the downside. especially with all of your economic conditions, things that we've all talked about here before on Piper Academy. Your economic conditions aren't amazing here. So if we lose our long running macro support, then it's a quick move to the downside. And that's why you've seen a lot of your struggles on with the government trying to bring some strength back into the dollar here. And because if we do lose this support, there's a lot of downward momentum to really see, and that's what a lot of tumbling that could happen here. It's not Streamlabs issue, it's the mic, unless JR's noise gate isn't working. Uh, I I wouldn't know. I will dive into that with him after the show. But did you have anything else you were looking at this morning, JR? Let me toss it over to you. Afterwards, I'll take a look at gold.
I'm looking at punching David in the frickin' skull. I'm just kidding. Thanks, David. Appreciate appreciate the tips. Shout out to Lunar Beaches Crypto. Check out Lunar Beaches Crypto. Shout out to the Beach House. I have a room at the Beach House with all set. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes, sir. You are up on the screen.
Love David. Epic guy. Epic trader. Epic chartist. Great dad. Great mentor. And great constructive criticism guy. So I looked at Take real quick. I hunted it on the Shitcoin Casino heat map screener on CoinClass. And I didn't enter. I forgot to enter. I'll take it with anyone. Not financial advice, just a degen in his natural habitat. So I'm in this. I dropped the setup. It looks good enough.
Say, come at me, bro.
meet me outside the beach house at noon, and we'll play hacky sack and blaze and talk about it. Okay, 8x. I'm taking take. I got it on my exchange. I'm jumping in this puppy live. Taking the trades, showing the trades. I could share my screen, but my margin is so small it's embarrassing because I'm a brokey. So I'll just keep that to myself. Up 43% again on Dusk, bro. Send it to 0. And that ARPA short that I took the first stream, the first time I was up, I'm in profit on that too right now. So far so good.
Woot.
Yeah, buddy. Take's going good. Well, slow. Just started it. But yeah, so I'm in take. I took take. Take got tooketh.
Okay. Are we watching like a movie here or something? Is that what's going on? You're calling out like Taken 3? That one was trash.
We're getting a good bounce though.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I was talking about the movies. You know.
No, I know.
Taken 2.
Yeah.
Taken 2 was garbage. Taken 3 was absolute like a hot shit show.
Yeah, this is Taken 4.
Taken 4, taking the trade.
Yeah, taking the trade. Degen edition.
All right. So, what were you looking for on the top side for that one? And,
oh yeah. So I entered this puppy. My TP1 is around ish 0.04724 roughly, and then TP2 is 0.05. And then Moon Mission, if everything goes great and Trump says, I was just kidding, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do tariffs, and we get a dirty, greasy bounce, I'm looking at a 0.058 for roughly for a full TP. Basically to fill the imbalance if we get enough buying pressure. If not, we get stopped and just another day in the office. Hopefully we hit at least TP1 so that I could take profit, raise stop loss to break even, and then it's a free trade and made a little money. And I have a wide, not that wide for an altcoin, but 2% price action stop loss. So only risk 1% at the most, especially on a shitcoin. So like a 0.25 to 1% of your account risk on the stop loss. And yeah.
Well, You'll have to let us know in the Discord, which if you're not a member of, I think I forgot to drop the link at the beginning of the show. Yeah, I definitely forgot to drop the link at the beginning of the show. Well, we were busy with some other things. Let me get that shared out. If you're not in the Discord, you definitely should be missing out. We've got a lot of things that we do over there. I do a lot of stock watching. So we've got a bunch of stock lists out there. We've seen Piper's been joining on the stock train as well. We've been taking a look at a lot of some stocks for the AI and the energy. So we've got a bunch of lists on that over there. We've also got a few traders that drop their trade setups like JR. We've got OC guy always dropping some trades in the morning. So if you want uh, membership, $5, and that's how you get access. Just join here on the Piper Academy. So we were taking a look at gold. We've been hyping it up, and we talked about a kind of a more of a macro resistance area to keep your eye on. Good morning, Army Piper. He is in the house. Sign on in as we've got like 10 more minutes of the show. Glad to see you here. I know it looks a little wonky this morning. I don't know what was going on with my light. It didn't work. We were having some audio issues with JR. So at least we're here after a little bit of a sabbatical from work. That one put me out for like a week, and then I was sick on top of it. So yeah, it's been a fun one. Just getting back into the flow. We talked about some areas here on gold though on a higher term time frame to really keep your eye on. Really starting to see some toppiness here on the 4 hour. Your prime oscillator seeing some toppiness. You're making a little bit of a lower high here on your MACD. Got that nice solid breakout from that area we were talking about down here on our fair value gap. After we found support, we were looking for that break of 4,382, and then that next area we were looking for some resistance at all the way up at $4,700, and we're getting pretty close there, folks. We've got another little CME gap here to kind of keep your eye on. We'd have to really zoom this on out on that daily time frame to kind of see some of this toppiness, because daily's looking extremely toppy here. Not too surprising after you see gold make a massive move towards the upside of 10%, and that's just 10% this year. So already in the year, gold making a massive 10% move towards the upside, seeing some resistance, seeing a little bit of resistance area at that 1618 on this macro time frame. We do have more of a few other areas to kind of keep your eye on. We'll have to get those pulled up on a shorter term time frame to kind of see if we can break above that 1618, where we kind of want to keep our eye on for that secondary rejection area. But for now, really looking like on the shorter term time frame, we could fill some of that fair value gap, especially with how toppy that 4 hour was looking. 1 hour seeing a little bit of sideways momentum coming on in, and you're really losing your money flow here. Like, really lost it. As you can see, it came in really red, making a lower low, and you're really starting to see that roll on over again with your volume rolling over too. You've got that a few topside indicators coming on in here, and you're really starting to lose that prime oscillator. Also got your MACD coming in. Oh, undo that one. I don't know, clicking on the wrong things this morning. Really seeing that MACD get some heavy curvature here as well, and all of this coinciding with that nice little 1618 would kind of tend to push towards the downside just a little bit. We will have to get that fair value gap or our CME gap pulled on up here.
Ooh.
What you find over there, JR?
Oh, just when I heard you say CME gap.
Oh yeah, so gold, a nice little gap here from 4597 to 4648. So that's kind of an area to kind of keep your eyes on. This is not filled. I don't know why it's black background. Let's make it a blue background because we color in our gaps when they're open and we have them with a black background when they're closed. So kind of keep your eyes on this. This is an area for gold to kind of see a little push back into. We'll kind of have to see if we can hold the midline of gold. That's going to be 4,623. If you can get some bouncing on that, you can see that secondary push up towards your golden pocket, that 1618 at $4,706 before you really see that stronger rejection. That would kind of give your hourly a little bit more push down. It would definitely have your higher term time frames a little bit overheated. As you can see, we've just been moving sideways for now on the shorter term time frame. But while you're doing so, you're really starting to lose more money flow, and your volume's starting to come on out. We'll kind of have to see if that trend continues here. You've got a little bit of some cool off. I would look for that a little bit of a push up, and before you really get that stronger break into our CME gap here to kind of keep our eyes on that midline 4,624. We start to lose some of those levels. We'll kind of have to keep our eyes on the bottom side of this sideways range here where we get a lot of touches. That's that $4,573 level. You got something to leave the people with before we wind the show on down, JR? I know you were talking about another trade that you were looking for a poopy doopy coin. Didn't you say you were looking for a poopy doopy coin?
I'm always looking for something.
Gotta get to gotta get to work. Mad love. Well, have a great day at work, LBC. Hopefully when you jump in here tomorrow, the show is a whole lot smoother.
Yeah. Still learning. Yeah, I don't know. Frax looks good for another short. It's back at my entry. I'd short Frax again.
Oh, nice little move towards the upside there. And what, you got in way up at the top there?
The first time. Right now, I'm just gonna jump in late right now.
Was that your is your TP1 the green line there?
Yeah.
So you actually got to TP?
Yep. Yeah, I already ran this once, but lots of times they'll come back to entry and you'll be able to run them again, I've noticed.
No.
So I'm just entering it right now.
Is that what's that time frame you're looking at?
I'm on the half. It says 26, but it's a half hour. It's the same as a half hour.
Okay. Well, you got one more to take a look at, or was that the only poopy doopy coin you were taking a look at this morning?
Yeah, like I'm leaning towards longs, and then I found these couple shorts. So like Ondo looks like a decent long, Take looks like a decent long, Frax looks like a decent short, ARPA looks like a decent short, if not now, soon. I'm in it anyways. And then I have a Solana long that's in slight profit. And then I have limit orders on the wick. So this is what I do for my laddering in, just so I can go to work and sleep and not worry. I'll do like low leverage, like 8x or something, or I suggest 5x if you're new, especially if you're gonna veer from Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. If you're gonna veer outside of that, I wouldn't go over 5x, 3 to 5x, and then I ladder in, just so I can work, sleep, and hang out with the homies in the Discord and keep studying and learning and supporting everyone in the YouTubes and showing up to classes. So I entered yesterday around 133.5, and then I have a limit order at 131.73 and a limit order at 130. And then if I get
areas I call out on Solana all the time.
Nice. That's cool. So basically I'm looking for, if they fill the wick, I don't give a donation to the market. My position just gets a little bit bigger, and then I catch the move to fill this imbalance.
Well, we'll see how it plays on
Right
out. It does look like it's getting a little bit of a push towards the upside. So
yeah, and this one's going good. Bitcoin's actually outperforming Solana on the recovery, which is interesting.
Mhm. I mean, it happens. It happens all the time. But then you'll really see some momentum shift around, and then you get a little bit more imbalance on that. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you for everyone tuning on in today. We're sorry about all the technical difficulties. We will have to get some of this sorted on out. We're gonna have to get JR some extra software because we did get another little recommendation um, from Army Piper. So we will kind of dive into some of that after the show. Of course, as always, we have two other shows here on the Piper Academy. We've got that morning market report at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time. That's a weird one to say. And we've also got Trading with OC at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you like your macro data and you like the heavy breakdowns of knowing what might go on the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month, that's where you need to tune into that morning market report every single morning. We've also got Trading with OC as a place to be if you like to put on tinfoil hats, if you like indicators, and you like conspiracy theories. So
I love all those things.
oh yeah, just a place to be, especially since you get to make money on top of it. You got anything for the people before we leave?
No, just have a great day and be kind to one another and don't don't bash stuff that you haven't learned yet. And stay learning and happy printing. Peace.
Oh yeah. Make sure to wake up because the day's going to be a good day.